My name is L.C. May. I'm the National Brand Ambassador for Clyde May's Whiskey, and I'm here to see how many rapid-fire questions I can answer in under 5 minutes.
What are you drinking today?
I am drinking our 6-year-old small batch straight bourbon, 110 proof.
What do you like most about it?
I really like the higher proof just because you get a little bit more notes, but at the same time it doesn't drink quite like 110 proof. It's very nice.
Okay, easy sipping.
Easy sipping, absolutely.
Now, every good whiskey has a story, so what is Clyde May's story?
So Clyde May was actually my grandfather. He was a moonshiner, never sold a legal bottle in his entire life. In fact, he went to prison for making whiskey, and we made this brand legal after he died. So we like to say available since 1946, legal since 2001.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Clyde's adventures?
He was born in a very rural area in southeast Alabama, and there's not a lot of opportunity to go to college or seek higher education. So in order to provide a more comfortable life for his family, he began making moonshine in addition to logging and farming. Did that for around 45 years, and the only time he wasn't making that whiskey was when he was in prison for 8 months for making whiskey.
Okay, so let's talk about you. What is your favorite color?
Red.
And your favorite food?
Probably, just a classic steak and baked potato.
And your favorite cocktail?
My favorite cocktail is pouring whiskey in a glass, frankly.
Do you have a hidden talent?
I grew up a big college football fan, so I can name all of the college football mascots for all 130 college football teams.
Can you name all of Florida's?
There's the Florida State Seminoles, the Florida Gators, the Central Florida Golden Knights, the South Florida Bulls, the Miami Hurricanes, the Florida Atlantic Owls, the Florida International Golden Panthers, and I might be missing one or two, I'm not sure.
What's a misconception that people have about whiskey and bourbon?
Well, for starters, the number one still to this day that I get when I travel the market is that bourbon has to be made in Kentucky, and that's not true. In fact, bourbon's being made in all 50 states currently. And then obviously the differences between bourbon and whiskey is another common misconception that confuses people, but it's understandable. It can be a little complicated keeping up with the different laws and rules that you have to follow to be a straight bourbon.
What's the most important thing to take into account when tasting bourbon or whiskey?
I don't think there's no wrong answer to that. I think that depending on who you ask, they may give you something different. But for me, I think it's making sure that you're gearing your palate towards what you're drinking. So, you need to be prepared that, hey, I'm about to drink 120 proof or I'm about to drink an 85 proof. That way your mindset is in the right place to know what you're drinking.
Who would you like to share a drink with, dead or alive?
Clyde May, period.
And what's the best way to drink Clyde May's whiskey?
In my opinion, just pouring it in a glass or maybe over a cube. But if you spend your hard-earned money to buy a bottle of Clyde May's whiskey, however you drink and enjoy it, that's all right with me.
That sounds great. Now, where can folks find Clyde May's?
Obviously, the ABC Fine Wine and Spirits is the best place to buy Clyde May's whiskey, no doubt.